Okay, Mama, why don't you introduce yourself to the camera?
Hi, my name is Lema Louise Parrish, born March 25th, 1932.
That's good. And you just got out of the hospital?
Just got out of the hospital with suggestive heart failure, and I'm feeling pretty good.
How was your hospital stay?
They were wonderful to me. I was there 3 weeks. I didn't want for a thing. It was like being in a famous spa.
Oh, wonderful. I guess you had a lot of time to think about stuff. So tell me about your idea about this book you've been talking about.
Well, when I was in the hospital, the nurses, I guess because I was older, they wanted to know things about me. So I just told them a few things, and then here'd come the other nurse and tell me a story, tell me a story. And finally they said, "You have got to write a book, Lema." So here we are.
So, where do you think we should start?
At the beginning,
The beginning as in your childhood?
at Shawneetown, Illinois.
That's where you were born?
I'm not sure if I was born there or not, but I stayed with my aunt and uncle, and I was 17 months old when I was rescued, more or less. They said that they were mean to me, that she would wash my face in my pee sheets and lock me in a closet.
Oh, wow.
Well, the pilots lived across the road in a great big old house with lots of trees. And Brother Pilot, he would stop and talk to me. He was about 17. And he would talk to me. And so he told his mother and father that they should just take me in as a foster child. But my mother, she couldn't make a living, and she had left my sister with my real father's mother and father. So one day, he let them know that he was coming after me, Brother Pilot, and I had an old suitcase, and they threw that off of the porch, and so he picked it up, and then he was leading me up the drive to the big house where his mother and 3 sisters and father lived. And I tripped and fell, and he picked me up and carried me the rest of the way. And when I got there, Mother Pilot told me later that I had ate 6 eggs. I was hungry. She said, "You ate 6 eggs." And they were so good to me. They had a German Shepherd named Sonny Boy. And he took to me right away. He just loved me. He wouldn't let anybody get close to me unless it was family. And had a grocery store. And even though I was little, I could go in the grocery store, but he wouldn't let anybody in until I came out.
He was your protector.
And he played hide and seek with me. I could still see him darting. When he'd see my face, he'd dart back so we'd be hidden. And we would eat ice cream together, sandwiches together, and he was my buddy.
Sound like your first good friend was a German Shepherd. So how long were you with the pilots?
I was there 6 years. And then in the summertime, I lived in Dawson, 12 miles away, and I would still get on a bus and go see them a lot in the summer. They were such good people. They were proper and prim and proper, and they wanted me to be the same, which I was. White tablecloths, white linen napkins, shiny floors, starch curtains, the whole bit. It was Sunday. Everybody went to church on Sunday, and it was a good life. And they wanted to adopt me, but I still love my mother, so I never did completely leave her.
So how old were you again when they first took you?
How much what?
How old were you when the pilots first took you?
17 months old when they took me.
And you were 6 or 7 when you left there?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what kind of things you did while you were there? What kind of activities or games or meals? Or...
Well, I played mostly with my dog. We played ball, we played hide and go seek. I don't remember having any little children. I remember going to first grade, and the first thing I did in first grade was make me a cup to have water from the little well outside. So all of us children had to learn how to make a cup so we could have our water.
Huh.
And sometimes one of the sisters would carry me on her back to school.
Do you remember the other kids' names?
No, I don't remember any of them. I remember one time she was taking me, and I fell off of her shoulders in a thorn patch.
Ooh.
And a thorn, about 2 inches, worked its way out the next year.
Oh my Lord, you had a hard, rough fall then, didn't you?
And then one time going through a meadow to get to school, I slipped in a cow pile. That was exciting.
Well, that was a crappy situation.
And but they were good to me, really good. She made me the most beautiful clothes, little dresses with big sashes and bloomers to match. And I think I was probably dressed better than any child around there.
Wow, you probably were. Sounds like it was a kind of a rough start, but it turned out to be a good positive start for you.
Daddy Will was crippled. He fell through a glass house.
Who was Daddy Will?
He was the father.
Mr. Pilot?
And he built houses for a living, and she did seamstress work for a living. And they were just such good people. But one of his legs was, maybe 4 inches shorter than the other.
Oh, wow.
But evidently he hadn't been too happy. And they said that by Louise coming, that it just brightened up his whole life.
Oh, I bet it does, because you're still doing that.
I used to hug him and put his hair in rollers. And they were good people.
Oh, good. That's a good place to start, I think, so we know about your first 6 or 7 years there, and then the next time we can take it from here. How's that sound?
Right.
Maybe we could stop now and maybe do some spa stuff, maybe your hair or pedicure or something like that if you want.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you.